open Girls High School. So today I am going to take a class of class 5 and the subject is English. Today my class is on unit 24 and the title of the unit is Cyclone Aila. Cyclone Aila. Look at the pictures first. What can you say here? You can see 4 pictures. The first picture, there is an area which is surrounded by river. The second picture, the river flooded the fields. That means the water of the river or the water level of the river is rising and it comes to the field. The third picture, there is a picture of storm. The picture is of storm. Storm means jhor. Heavy wind is blowing in the time of cyclone, and this is the picture of the blowing wind. The fourth picture, a bridge which is broken down and the workers are repairing the bridge. So now come to the second lesson, lesson 2 to 3, and activity D, look, listen and read. Cyclone Aila. Babu and his family live on the island of Duglar Chowk. Island is an isolated area which is situated in the river. Life is good for the family now, but that was not true after Cyclone Aila. Babu does not remember Cyclone Aila, but his parents often talk about that terrible night in 2009. So we come to know about the cyclone which was held in 2009, and the name of the cyclone is Aila. You know, different cyclone has different names. Cyclone Aila in 2007. Cedar took places and the name of the cyclone was Cedar. In every year, cyclone took place in our country, and we hear about the name of the cyclone. So the cyclone that occurred in 2009 was named as Aila. Babu's father had a grocery shop and his mother worked in a fish farm. In the time of 2009, Babu's father had a grocery shop and his mother worked in a fish farm. They had a small house that they shared with Babu's grandparents. Babu was just a baby, but his sister Nipa was 6 years old. Babu's father told him what happened that day. There was light rain in the morning on 25th May. In the afternoon, the wind started to blow and people began to run for their homes. Babu's father closed his shop and his mother came home. His grandparents checked the family's emergency kit. Their torch was working and they had extra batteries. They put the torch, batteries and first aid kit in a plastic box. By the evening, the river was rising. The winds of Cyclone Aila shook the walls of the house as if there was an earthquake. Everyone was afraid. People began to cry. Suddenly, there was an awful noise and the family's roof blew away. The sky was dark, but the family could see trees flying over their heads. Grandmother still says she saw fish flying through the sky. What a horrible scenario, I think. These things Babul does not visualize by his own eyes, but he heard this on the as a story, and his father told him this story. So now go to the next chapter, lesson 4 to 5. The title is the same, Cyclone Aila. The next day was awful. Babu's family couldn't stop crying. Nipa and grandfather were gone. Babu's father went out to look for them. He found Nipa in a field. She was holding onto a tree and she was covered in mud. She didn't remember anything. He took Nipa at home and began looking for his father. He looked in the field, the buildings and the trees. Many people in Bangladesh were missing after Cyclone Aila, and Babu's grandfather was one of them. The family never found him. After Cyclone Aila, people worked together. Nipa's school became the shelter for the survivors. Babu and his family went to live in the school. The government of Bangladesh and workers from NGOs came to help, but things were very hard. There was not enough safe drinking water or food, so many people became ill. In time, people repaired their homes and rebuilt their villages and bridges. They planted new trees and new crops in their fields. Babu feels happy when he looks at the trees and his sister Nipa, but he feels sad about his grandfather. His grandmother says, "Don't be sad, Babu. Grandfather wants us to live for the future." So, it's a pathetic story too. The wind is so strong that it blows out the wall of their house and the people of their house. His grandfather was missing. That means he was washed by the water, I think. And fortunately, Nipa was survived. So now come to the activities. Activity E. Read about Cyclone Aila again. Complete the sentences. Cyclone Aila happened in March 2008, March 2009, May 2008, May 2009. It was 25th May and the year was 2009. So D is the correct answer, May 2009. Babu's mother worked at home, in a grocery shop, in a fish farm, in a school. Babu's mother worked in a fish farm. So B is correct. In a fish farm. Number 3. Dash checked the family's emergency kit. Babu's grandparents. Babu's grandparents check the family emergency kits. So C is the correct answer. Babu's grandparents. 4. The river began to rise in the morning, in the afternoon, at noon, in the evening. So by the evening, the river was rising. By the evening, the river was rising. Number 5. Father found dash in a field. Number 6. Dash was never found. Dash was never found. Grandfather was never found. Number 7. The survivors of Cyclone Aila stayed in a school. In a school. So it is the correct answer. Number 8. People became ill because they didn't have safe drinking water or food. So, it's a pathetic story, I think. So, read the story again by yourself and try to do the activities by yourself. Best wishes for you all. Stay home, stay safe. Allah Hafiz.